Hey YouTube, it's Aviators Crush back with here once again, and we're gonna shoot down a new little lane for us here. We're gonna talk about the UFL and the Columbus Aviators. So, for those of you who don't know, the Columbus Aviators are going to be a new UFL team. It's going to be coming to Columbus. Of course, everyone's like, UFL, spring ball, in that nice little tucked away time period that nobody ever talks about, right? When there's no football after the Super Bowl and your football friends are sitting staring at their ESPN fantasy app, wondering where the season took them. No, I haven't done that at all. So of course, yes, there's going to be spring ball, and the UFL is the merger between the USFL and the XFL. And we're going to be kind of taking a look at, first off, the team itself, the facilities of Crew Stadium, the prices that are already come out for season tickets and single game tickets, and really kind of judging if it's a good value or not. Spoiler alert, yes. So, of course, spring ball is going to be coming to Columbus at the historic Crew Stadium. And, of course, we don't know much of anything about the team yet. Don't know a head coach or how we're going to get players, so on and so forth. But I think historic Crew Stadium is going to be a great place to play. From what I've seen on the website, it looks like they're not going to plan so much past maybe the lower bowl, but I do believe there's a possibility that Columbus can pack the place. Historic Crew Stadium holds around 20,000, so spring ballers in Columbus, I think it's possible. I do think it's possible. I'm not gonna venture any type of a guess as to exactly how many we can quote unquote expect, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let me just put it to you that way. So, taking a look at historic Crew Stadium, the facilities are exactly, I believe, what they need. They've stayed in fantastic shape. I've gone to Crew 2 games. Haven't really been there for like Sonic Temple or anything like that. However, the arena is great. That right there is sacred ground for most of us in Columbus, and they've done so much great things with the complex because, of course, now that is where the Crew 2 play, the second team for the Columbus Crew, and also that is the performance center they built onto the side of the stadium. So I honestly do believe that is going to be a great place for the Aviators to play. Now, let's take a look at the monetary. The season ticket prices and single game prices are already pretty much up on their website. If you are looking to take, even if it's just like the family out, and you come across Aviators tickets, the base price, the cheapest ticket in the house is $13. That is a beyond fantastic deal. $13 for a ticket to go watch football. I was blown away when I saw that. And, I mean, yeah, it's the cheapest tickets in the house. But I do believe that is the flight deck, which is, of course, the Nordeck. I mean, you want to get immersed in the culture. That's the place to get immersed in the culture. Like, you want to be sitting there standing with the best of the best, the people who are going to be hardcores. That is going to be a place to go. And $13 to go and cheer and have fun. As much as I love being in the Nordeca, seeing that also get, for lack of a better term, rebooted into the flight deck, which is what we're calling it, or what they're calling it. I didn't start it. It wasn't me. But from the looks of it, that's where the flight deck is going to be. And $13, the season ticket for that is $85 for all 5 games, which this is a 5-game home slate, a 10-game full season. For 5 games, $85 to go watch football. And there's always that possibility that the people you see on the field may make it to the NFL next season. So that's a killer deal. That's a killer deal. And the most expensive single game ticket from what I saw is $65, and that is the I think it's the 112. It's the 112. It's like it's one of the lounges, and with that you get encompassed into your ticket non-alcoholic drinks and food up until halftime. And the season ticket for that is like $425. I'm not sure if any other teams do this because I haven't really done any specific research on any other teams in the league. But that's a fantastic deal for 5 games. $425, and you are getting 5 games of free food and drink up until halftime. I don't know about you, but when I go to most sporting events and I go see the Crew, and of course I'm a season ticket holder for the Crew, nine times out of 10, I'm done eating by halftime. Like I'll go get my souvenir drink, which my house is like a treasure trove. So I'll go to Crew games. I'll go get my drink. I'll go, grab a 9 times out of 10 it's Donato's Pizza, or it's a Schmidt's bratwurst of some sort, and then I'll chill out, eat, and then by the time halftime comes, I'll refill my drink a couple of times. Sometimes I'll grab something to eat at halftime, but I mean, the fact that that's built in, I give nothing but props to the organization for that. And all the price points in between for the season tickets, I think, are reasonable. I honestly do. And of course, the more expensive you get, the closer down to the field you get. So, what I'm seeing here, okay, is honestly a fantastic deal for spring ball if you're into football. For 5 games, 5 home games, right? You really get a little bit of the best of both worlds. You get to have a nice budget-conscious activity, and you get to see football, right? Something like that will either spark someone to be interested in football if it's something that they just have never liked before, or is going to re-spark somebody's interest into it, in my opinion. And it's got me to the point where, hell, I'm heavily thinking about saying, you know what? If it's in my budget, why not? I already go to Columbus for, of course, Crew games, but depending on the time of day, you can make a double game day out of it, right? And the thing is, too, is if you think about it, at historic Crew Stadium, normally, and of course this could obviously change, but the parking for historic Crew Stadium is normally around $12 to $15, and it's all just the lot. You show up, you do your old school tailgating. You go see a football game, then you leave your football game after the game's over. Potentially, depending on the time of day that the football game is, you go see the Crew play. You now have a doubleheader. How awesome would that be? And of course, if you're a Blue Jackets fan, you could do the same thing. You go see the Aviators play, doublehead it with a Blue Jackets game. Papa, right? So, I am low-key excited for the prospect of spring ball to come to Columbus. And I didn't think I was going to be. My real kind of super for football had kind of really waned off after the Destroyers closed up shop. Really, the AFL closed up shop. 90% of my focus has been on soccer and the Crew, pretty much since then. I keep apprised of football. Like I play fantasy because I played with my brother for fantasy football in a couple of leagues with some other friends. But I don't ever really feel like hometown engaged. Like, I have to be a fan of the Browns, obviously, because of the Haslam connection. But I don't really feel, because like I'm not from Cleveland. I haven't really been raised in a football kind of household. So when I think of football, I'm like, Ohio State. And even then, 90% of the Ohio State season is encompassed by me going to see the Crew, and I push off Ohio State anyway. So in the scope of thinking about going to Aviators games, it's now kind of opened that up to where, you might be able to enjoy football, get in on the ground level, and potentially have like double headers in your future, right? And it's financially viable for you to do so. So you have all these kind of things kind of coming together. It really does kind of make me excited. And I haven't been, again, excited for like American football in so long that I just might be in, you know? So, of course, I would love to hear not only from the haters, because there are always going to be haters of spring football, but if you are a fan of any of the UFL teams, or maybe a team that had closed up shop or whatever, feel free and hit me down below in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you feel like the temperature of the league is. Because again, I know about it, but I don't know about it. I want to hear from you guys to see. Obviously, St. Louis Battlehawks, you fans are nuts. Even in the small amount I know you Battlehawks fans are something else, and for good reason. Don't think we forgot about the Rams, right? But I want to hear from you guys. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what your feelings are on the UFL as a whole, and kind of let me know if there's anything I need to pay attention to. Right, this is going to be something new for me, and even if I don't get a season ticket, or maybe even just go to one game or whatever, I want to know, like, what's your favorite parts about this league? What's your overall impressions of the league? Just give me all your feelings, because I want to be open-eared, open-eyed to the league, but I also want to be prepared. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. We will see you all next time, and go Aviators. That sounds really weird to say. It really does. But sounds fun. We might have some fun with this. You guys have a great one.